Everything that you think you knew, forget it. It's gone. It's outdated. The whole world has changed so rapidly in such a short period of time. We have never seen a shift like this. It's unbelievable. Just since 2020, things have really changed. For a lot of people, they don't even realize what's going on. They might hear something in the news and they might skip over it, but that is a big mistake. I'm going to show you some of the trends that have happened right here and why you need to pay attention. So let's begin with this. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Fear of layoffs is changing how people buy homes. An employment contingency can protect buyers in the event of job losses. Things that are happening right now are unlike what we have seen. And of course, for a lot of people, they're basically concerned about what's happening. They're thinking, oh no, what about SVB? What about all the layoffs I'm seeing? I'm concerned, and they're changing their ways. Many people have been taking their savings out of the small banks. They're putting them with the big banks. They're concerned all this time. And I think that that is a factor because of inflation, because of how little disposable income people have, some people have. This is a concern. And of course, that's going to have an impact on you, the individual. So pay attention. Inflation is a #1 factor. Here we have it. Work from home era ends for millions of Americans. A lot of the businesses are saying, come back to the office. One of the trends that probably will stay for a lot of the big businesses, the big towers, the downtown core, that it's going to be a hybrid work system. So you're going to work from the office 3 days a week. You're going to be working from home 2 days a week. The result of that 2 days of home or the other way around, whatever it might be, is that there's less office space needed overall. And that's why we see a big concern with commercial real estate, everything to do with it. The lenders, the commercial mortgage-backed securities, all the debt that's involved in this is a big issue. So watch that trend. Also, it makes, for any entrepreneur, if you're going to build that business, you got to build it where the people are working every day, where there's more traffic, there's foot traffic, depending on what your business is. In some industries, you've got to be there in person. For the hybrid work system, a lot of these financial companies and so on, it's not necessarily needed. And so that's where we got to be paying attention. Okay, so that's another thing that has changed as well. Up to 80% of workers could see jobs impacted by AI. Just to be clear, that's not 80% are going to be fired because of AI. It just means that you have exposure to that, and some of the things that happen that were in your job before now could just be replaced by AI. So maybe there's a team of, let's say, 10 people. Oh, suddenly we don't need all 10 people. Do you get what I'm saying here? It just shows us the exposure. Job group, for instance, personal finance advisors and brokers, 56%, insurers, 52%, data processing, news and information services, oops, there goes my job, journalism and publishing, yep, there I go, credit and mortgage broker, and so on, all these things. AI, why? Because it actually can do things more efficiently. It's better at many things. Look, I don't need a robo-advisor. I just pick up my phone, hit 2 buttons, and now my money's invested based on some algorithmic process. It's no different than the way it works now, except you cut out the middleman. That company can now slash their fees because they don't have to pay an individual. They hire a programmer. That programmer just makes tweaks here and there to that programming, and that's it. Problem solved, right? Well, AI is on right now. It's not coming, it's on. It's smarter in some ways than people are. It passed the bar exam. It passed all these different exams. I even had an electrician friend of mine, Sean, if you're listening, he went through and we asked it a question. We asked ChatGPT for a question that only really a very experienced person would know. Asked it about the specific electrical code, and it was able to answer it no problem. This is a thing that's going to affect everybody. Do you understand here? Electrician, news services, it doesn't matter. We have to be aware of the trends that are coming through today. Here we have it, the Great Reset. These are the things that we're being forced down our throats. Great Reset's just one of them. What does it mean? It's just kind of a catch-all for a whole bunch of bad stuff nobody wants, but it's coming in through here. The World Economic Forum happens to be one of those institutions that keeps talking about it. This is just an article talking about, rich people and what they're doing. And he said this: I paid $85 million without hesitation because there's only one of them. And you watch art, they sell. There's a Mercedes 300 SLR that just sold for 142 million. That's what this is. It's a one of one. And so for a lot of people, they're buying into these things because they have the wealth and they want to park that wealth. They don't want it in cash or treasuries or anything else. They want to put it in things that are truly finite. And so we see that right now today. And people are buying these super expensive homes, 100 million, 200 million, whatever it is. If they have the money, they're buying art pieces. But most people, they just don't understand that. They think, I don't understand it, so it's got to be bad. That's not what's going on here, okay? There's a divide in between the super rich and everybody else. And inflation creates that divide. That's what's happening, and the central banks are really doing a number. I'll tell you that right now. Look at this. Saudi Arabia in the last 7 days. Saudi Aramco will start building a huge refining complex in northeastern China as soon as next month. India is working with Saudi Arabia to create an investment bridge emphasizing greater economic interconnectedness. Saudi and Syria are in talks to restore ties. The Saudi Arabian and Iranian foreign ministers spoke by phone and have agreed to meet soon. Things are changing. There's east and west, and a lot of what we're seeing in the previous, let's say, few years is not happening today. This is a very different circumstance, and this is just one aspect. There's this east and west, and the world is going in different directions. Factions have formed. We've got to be aware of this, okay? This is just talking about the prices of homes, how things are excessive, of course. All I'm just showing you here once again is that people have the money to buy, $100 million home. Other people can't afford anything, and we get that divide between the rich and the poor, and it is more present now than ever before. And then this is just an article talking about Maersk, the biggest shipping company in the world. China's economic rebound is weaker than expected. And so what we can see and what we can expect is that while there are these circumstances happening with inflation and so on, it's going to have an impact on the economy globally. And so we watch these indicators to be aware for our own businesses, for our own selves, and we could be able to determine what's going to happen here. I think for a lot of people, they're not really aware, but of course, that's why you have your money GPS, because that allows you to navigate the uncertain economy. And so all of these statistics add up and they really tell us a story. And that is the economy isn't as strong as we're being told. The economy isn't really what we hope that it would be because of inflation. Inflation benefits only a few people and at the expense of everybody else. So watch where your money is. Always look for the future trends. These are just some of them, and it will impact everybody for better or for worse. If you appreciated this video, you definitely want to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that all videos and become an insider. It's totally free, and that's why I send you the video of the day, one video of the day, plus I'll give you 1 point every day that you must be aware of and keep on the top of your mind. That's available at themoneygps.com. Scroll down to the bottom and fill in your email. I'll send you that. And that's it. Take care.